Hello Gemini, my name is Alison and you are with Healing Dove Tarot. Gemini, we're going to have a look at the love energy surrounding you from the 19th to the 25th of November. Venus is finally going direct. For some of us though, there might be a little bit of lag depending on where Venus is in your chart. And I say that because I'm just looking at your reading here now, seeing the completion of that for you in this week. Mercury is retrograde, so be careful with your communication, travel plans, and anything to do with electronics. But Gemini, there's a lot to get through here, and I will say this reading feels very heavy, but I see light at the end of this week, okay, as we get through the full moon. So I'll get started. At the bottom of the deck, you do come into this week. This is the 19th to the 25th with the Two of Pentacles. Now, Gemini, the Two of Pentacles for me in love speaks about juggling needs versus wants, right? So often I can see it as juggling two practical things. So because it's Pentacles, people can read it in the literal term. But for you, I really think it's about needs versus wants. It's like, are your needs being met? And I say that because I feel like this is the week where you finally get to a point of standing up for yourself and what it is that you truly want to give and receive when it comes to your intimate relationships. And I say that because coupled with this card is the card of Hermit, okay? In this deck, it's called the Alien, which I think is just hilarious because the Hermit in traditional tarot speaks about like he's the sage or the wise one or the person that, you know, would often the king would go to in the kingdom to get advice from, right? Back from when tarot was kind of created. But what I find interesting about this deck, this David Bowie inspired deck, is it's very much about the alien, right? This deep spiritual being. And if you have a look at the illustrations on the card, there is so much there that you can just take in. I'll just pull that closer in case anyone wants to look and pause. For me, it speaks about that really spiritual, deep knowing about you can no longer ignore what it is that you truly want when it comes to a relationship. And I say that because I feel like the universe is just not going to let you, right? It's like if you don't speak up, it's not going to come to you, you know. And it's funny, your reading last week, I didn't put the titles up and I wrote down, because I keep a log, I was really going to say ask and it is given. I really feel like that energy is kind of still flowing in for you, okay? But let me tell you how I see it. So you start off this week, this period, with the Queen of Wands coupled with the Six of Swords. Okay, can you see that? So the Queen of Wands is this very fiery, passionate woman. She is, do you know she's the Queen of Wands? Like she walks into a room and everyone's neck will snap, right? So this could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, female fire sign. Could be a male fire sign. It's just someone who has quite a feminine energy. But she is powerful. Coupled with the Six of Swords, it kind of speaks to me about someone standing in their truth, right? Six of Swords in the literal term speaks about moving on to calmer waters, right? You'll hear tarot readers say that. But what does the combination of these cards mean? For me, it's very much about standing in your truth, standing in your power, standing up for what you believe in, making a choice and going, you know what? If you're not going to give me what I need, I'm no longer staying in this connection. I'm going to move on. You could be dealing with a water sign, okay? This could be about a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, because I have the King of Cups right here. Or this could be very much what you're not receiving and you're kind of saying, unless you start acting like this King of Cups and showing me that you love me, I'm out, buddy. And I say that because you have some crazy energy, Gemini. You have the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the World. So you are definitely ending a karmic cycle this week, Gemini. Yay! Finally, completion. I mean, look at this. Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords. It is like I am done carrying all this burden and I'm no longer going to let it affect me anymore. I'm done. You know, the Ten of Wands in traditional tarot shows this guy who's like holding all these wands on his back. He's just like absolutely you know, ready to keel over. I can't carry them anymore. Just one little bump in the road will make him fall over and trip. And this guy is kind of like, in this illustration, looks like he's lost all the skin and bones off his body. For me, it's a very strong representation of transformation, okay? The Ten of Swords in traditional tarot speaks about being knifed and having swords in your back, right? And it shows a guy that's literally face down and there's like all these swords who's just like KO, game over. What I like about the illustration in this card, if you can kind of see that there, it's a split between two. And for Gemini, that couldn't be any more prominent. It's like literally you are letting go of once was, this version of yourself. And can you see you're emerging even stronger? It's like letting go of all the heartbreak and then emerging even stronger than before. It's, yeah, it's funny. It's like it's done. Whatever it is, it's done. And you're closing the door, Gemini. You're so moving forward when it comes to love. You know, it could be that someone's literally betrayed you. Okay, you've got the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords. For me, obviously the Three of Swords represents heartbreak. But, and it is the card that you have as you're going into the next week, Gemini. But I really feel like it's not, this is something that's already happened. You already know what this is. It's, if you don't know yet, and it's not in this time period, it's from whenever you watch this video, okay? Time is fluid, I say it all the time. Double pun. But time is fluid, okay? So don't pay too much attention to the dates of when I'm doing it. It just gives you an idea of when I'm recording it and what the astrological energies around it was. But the Five of Swords coupled with the Three of Swords, it's like that's a sign, and then the Ten of Swords up here, that someone's hurt you and betrayed you in the past, Gemini. Like you've really been through the ringer. And I feel like that cycle's ending, okay? I feel it's heavy now reading it for you, but I feel like you're finally getting the courage to speak your truth and say what it is that you want and end this cycle, because then you have the World card at the very heart of your reading. So for me, everything else that's going on around you, okay, whether this is you standing up for yourself and needing to move on, whether this is heartbreak and loss, maybe it was a divorce or a marriage and now you know that there's no chance of going back. Maybe it's you've been juggling two people and you're just sick and tired of not being someone's first choice, so you're cutting them out. However it plays out for you, whatever the story is, I don't see the Three of Swords carrying on into the next week, okay? I see very much this is what you're ending. This is what's ending for you. It's completing that karmic cycle, right? No longer dealing with this shit. And look at how beautiful this illustration is. Look at that karmic cycle. They're no longer dealing with it anymore, no longer taking it, standing in your truth, standing reborn, ready to take on a brand new you, a brand new focus when it comes to love and relationships. And that's freaking awesome, Gemini. Like, it's like a real strength. Like you're strong, okay? And, you know, it may not be, this is a very specific message, okay? So it may not be that this is the reading for you. You might be in a very happy and loving relationship. And in that sense, I would say what's your rising sign? More importantly, what's your Venus sign? But I think for a lot of you, this shedding of the old and bringing in the new, it's a rebirth. And that couldn't be any more prevalent with Venus and everything that we've been through. It's hit you quite hard, Gemini. And I know that. I know for a lot of people that I've been reading for that are Geminis, and it's hit you quite hard. But it needed to happen so that you could have this resurrection, so you could let go of all this baggage from the past that you're carrying. And we're talking deep, deep-seated shit, right? Past from a long time ago. Let it go. Be strong and just know that you are so lovable and you have the most incredible love coming towards you. I mean, you really do. If it's not that you're walking away from a water sign, it could very well be that this is what's coming into you. This is what you're being asked to let go of all this drama so that you can have this new connection. You're being asked to let go of juggling between your past and just being in the present, Gemini. Okay, additional guidance for Gemini singles, please. Please show me, Eddie. You got daydreams and decisions. Interesting. Right on the King of Cups. Couples. Yeah, couples, it feels heavy, hey? Additional guidance for couples. What do they need to know? Please show me, Eddie, please show me additional guidance there. No. Thank you. Exchanging gifts. Okay. Now, let me read for you from the book. Okay, it's literally 7 of cups, right? So this speaks about having many options or, daydreaming illusions, right? But the literal meaning in this deck says fantasies, imagination, options, and choose. Not choice, choose. When this card appears, it often means that there's a certain amount of confusion and uncertainty regarding your love life. Yeah, that makes sense. What is it that you really desire? What would you like to change or attract? You have many options in front of you if you will only see them. I got a bit of a tingle there, Gemini, so that's really important, okay? You have many options in front of you if you would only see them. Do some daydreaming about possible futures. Have fun. It's through your fantasies and your imagination that you transform your desires into reality. It's a really beautiful message, Gemini, and just as I finished, it was 11:11 in the recording, which we are in the middle of an 11:11 portal. But I feel like it's really starting to be clear to you, as I said to you before, about what you want to give and receive when it comes to love, okay? And who you want to be and how you want it to look like. It's all just starting to be clear. And the way that you step more into this energy or out of this energy and get more clarity is by letting go, okay? Couples, 27. Like I said, couples, it feels really heavy, but this card is quite a beautiful card. So saying once the full moon hits, you might get to the end and then you kind of reconnect. So, 27. Sorry. I normally open up very quickly. So it speaks about the law of giving and receiving. But in relationship, it's like, it says, love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows when it is reciprocated. You must give and receive in order for love to flourish and abundance to flow between you. What was I saying about being strong and standing up for what you need and want to give and receive in love? Crazy. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offering the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow it to be filled. Let love in and let it flow out of you too. Love is truly yours today. Couples, beautiful message. It's that whole breaking down those barriers, this stuff that may have happened between you both, or maybe stuff that either you or your partner is carrying from the past. And it's really about finding that balance, that even keel between give and take. Yeah. So you both feel like your needs are being met. So you both feel like you're loved. Wow, Gemini, really cool reading. I hope you found it helpful. It was a pleasure doing it for you. If you did, please hit the like button. I read all of the comments. I try and reply back when I can. Otherwise, I will be back with you next week. Take care.